Let me ask you a question, and I want you to really think about it. If you suddenly stopped receiving a paycheck tomorrow, how long could you actually survive on your savings? 6 months? A year? Maybe 2. Now imagine that question isn't hypothetical. That's a retirement. And for millions of people, retirement arrives a lot faster than expected, and they're not ready.
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just...
Today, we're talking about annuities, specifically the one question I get asked more than anything else. What is the best age to start one? Because here's the thing, the answer isn't one size fits all. It depends on where you are in life, what you already have saved, and what kind of retirement you actually want. And by the end of this video, I'll also answer the scarier question. Is there a point where it's genuinely too late to benefit from an annuity? The answer might surprise you.
This is Kingdom Cash Flow. Here is your host, May Dungo.
Before we get into the age breakdown, I need to address the biggest misconception out there, that annuities are only for old people who are basically 1 foot out the door of the workforce. That is just flat out wrong, and believing it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. Here's the reality. Annuities are a planning tool, and like any tool, the earlier you pick it up, the more time it has to work for you. That said, buying one at the wrong time or for the wrong reasons can also hurt you.
It hurt my feelings. It made me cry.
So let's go through each decade of life and talk honestly about what makes sense. In your 30s, this is what I'd call the plant the seed window. You probably have 30 or more years before you retire. You've got time on your side. The power of compound growth is at absolute best peak for you right now. So, should you buy an annuity in your 30s? Possibly, but only a specific kind. A deferred annuity, when you're not taking income yet. It can start growing tax deferred. Every year you let it sit, it builds. Think of it like a retirement savings account with a guaranteed payout promise attached. The caveat, don't jump into an annuity in your 30s if you still have high interest debt, no emergency fund, or you haven't maxed out your 401k or IRA yet. Those come first. An annuity isn't your first savings vehicle. It is typically a supplement once the basics are covered. But if you're financially stable, debt-free, and already saving, locking into a deferred annuity in your 30s can set you up for a seriously comfortable retirement income and at lower premiums than waiting. In your 40s, this is the sweet spot that most financial planners quietly agree on. You still have 15 to 25 years before retirement, which is enough time for a deferred annuity to accumulate serious value, but you're also mature enough to know what you want your retirement to actually look like. In your 40s, you might be thinking about things like, do I want to retire early? Will I have pension? Will my spouse need income if something happens to me? These are exactly the kinds of questions that make an annuity worth seriously exploring. A fixed index annuity, one that grows with the market but protects you from losses, can be a particularly strong fit in your 40s. You get growth potential during your working years and then a guaranteed income stream when you flip the switch. One more thing, if you're in your mid to late 40s and you're realizing you haven't saved as aggressively as you should, an annuity can actually help you catch up in a structured way. It forces discipline. You put money in and a promise to pay back more later. No temptation to dip into it.
Life is good.
In your 50s, now things start to shift. Retirement is no longer a distant concept. It is on the horizon. And your priorities change from how do I grow this to how do I protect this. Your 50s are a great time to start seriously evaluating annuities as a core part of your retirement income strategy. Specifically, you might be thinking about replacing income that used to come from a pension. Because pensions are basically extinct in many industries now. An annuity can step in and fill that exact role. In your early 50s, you can still buy a deferred annuity and let it grow for 10 to 15 years before you start drawing. In your late 50s, you might want to look at income annuities that begin paying out closer to your planned retirement date. One thing to watch out for in your 50s: don't let a salesperson convince you to buy an annuity that locks your money up for 15 years with huge surrender charges if you're planning to retire in 8. Match the product to your actual timeline. In your 60s, welcome to crunch time. This is where the rubber meets the road. You're either already retired or within a few years of it. And the number one financial fear at this stage: running out of money. An immediate annuity where you pay a lump sum and they start sending you checks almost right away can make a lot of sense in your early 60s. You can use a portion of your retirement savings, convert it into a guaranteed lifetime income, and then let the rest of your portfolio stay invested and growing. This strategy is sometimes called income flooring. You build a base of guaranteed income from Social Security plus an annuity, and then everything above that is discretionary spending from your investments. The key word in your 60s is portion. You don't want to put everything into an annuity. You still need liquidity for emergencies, healthcare surprises, and life. Think of the annuity as the predictable foundation, not the whole house. Okay, so what about people in their 70s, even 80s? Is it too late? Honestly, not always. It depends on what you're trying to solve. If you're 72 and you're worried about outliving your savings, maybe you've already spent more than you expected on healthcare or helped a family member. An immediate annuity can still absolutely make sense. You give the insurance company a lump sum and they start paying you monthly for as long as you live. At 72, your monthly payment would actually be higher than it would have been at 65 because statistically, you have fewer years ahead, so the math can still work. Where it starts to get tricky is if you have a serious health issues that significantly shorten your life expectancy, because an annuity is built on the assumption that you live a long time. If that's not the case, the value proposition shifts and there may be a better option. There's also special annuities called longevity annuities, also known as deferred income annuities, where you buy them in your 60s or early 70s, but they don't start paying out until you're 80 or 85. It's like insurance against living a very, very long life. Weird concept, but actually really useful for peace of mind. Before I wrap up, here are 5 signs that you might be ready for an annuity, regardless of your age. Number 1, you don't have a pension and you're worried about guaranteed income in retirement. Number 2, you've already maxed out your 401k and IRA and you're looking for more tax-deferred growth. Number 3, you're risk averse and the idea of market volatility keeping you up at night genuinely stresses you out. Number 4, you're in good health and there's a real chance you could live into your 80s or 90s. And 5, you have a lump sum of money sitting in a low interest savings account doing basically nothing and you want it to actually work for you. So if 2 or more of those hit home, it's worth at least having a conversation with a financial professional who's legally required to act in your best interest. So best age to start an annuity? The honest answer is it depends. But the worst thing you can do is wait until you have no options left. Your 40s and 50s are typically the power window. Your 30s can work if you're financially stable. Your 60s are where immediate annuities really shine. And your 70s, still not too late, depending on what you're trying to solve. The point is, don't let confusion stop you from planning. Doing nothing is always the most expensive decision. If this video helped you, hit like and subscribe. I put out videos like this every week to help regular people make smarter money decisions. And if you want me to do a deep dive on any specific type of annuity, fixed, variable, indexed, longevity, drop it in the comments and I'll make it happen. See you on the next one.